The Sophisticatedly Ratchet Podcast is a roundtable formatted conversational podcast about any and everything.
6 Black queens and kings from New York City,
sharing our views on Black lifestyle, culture, relationships, religion, and current events.
Here at SR, we try to give our listeners the real in a world of fake.
Worldly professionals with class that also know how to switch it up.
Now let's talk our wild shit.
What up, tribe? What up, cast? Hey, guys.
It's good.
We got sound effects now. That's what's up. That's what's up. Clap it up. Clap it up.
Slow steps.
Small things.
Let's get it.
We're progressing out here in these streets.
One step at a time. I'm with it.
Yes. Welcome back, tribe, to another episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet, where we give you the real in a world of fake. This is part 3, our third episode in the trilogy of party favors. You guys know what a party favor is?
I don't know, TJ. Explain that to me.
Okay, party favors when you go to a birthday party and they give you a bag of goodies.
What's in the bag?
What's in the box?
It depends on what you like.
I like a lot of things, TJ, but you can't put everything in the bag.
It's whatever you like to get the party started. We're talking about drugs, y'all.
Oh, okay.
But before we get started, let's introduce who we are. And of course, you guys should know my voice already if you listen to the podcast. And if you don't, it's okay. Welcome to the tribe. That means you're a tribe member. I'm TJ. I'm the unicorn Gemini. And these people like to call me the ice queen because I keep it real. But we're in the real in a world of fake. Or well, we give you guys the real in the world of fake. So I'm just doing my job.
Right.
Let me introduce my cast. So to the left of me, the one I'm going to slap right now, punch, is Flash. And if you're not looking at us, you can look at us on YouTube. We're on So Ratchet. That's one word space podcast on YouTube. Check this episode out on YouTube to see the visuals. So what up, Flash, the philosopher? Tell the people what's up.
Yo.
And your drug of choice and your party favor of choice.
So, I'm Flash, the philosopher. What's up? I am the bearded guy whose favorite party favor is Bud. Okay, for those who don't know what Bud is, it's weed.
Like Budweiser.
Yeah.
No.
Bud, weed, green, ganja, devil's lettuce, all types of shit. All right.
Yeah, I like
And today I'm also the articulator of verbal arrangements. All right. It's your boy Flash the philosopher. It is he, it is me, it is I. What up?
What up? And next to him is Sly Boogie. Say what up to the tribe bugs.
Oh, what is good, everybody? I am feeling good, feeling positive, progressing, and just persevering through life. It is me, Sly Boogie, the introvert. I am a very pedagogic individual now that I think about the work I've been doing. So that's another P in the cap. Feeling pretty good about that. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good, Drop?
Okay, what up? And everyone's favorite, but my favorite for the longest, okay? We got history. It's my bestie, and we from the Bronx, and she's from the Bronx. BX, let them know what's up.
What's up, guys? It's your girl, Mo. Of course, I represent all things Bronx. You know, that's my borough. I hail from Co-op City, Section 5. We always know, don't ever zone my shit, period. Just don't do it. I'm just saying. Why would you?
This is a no zone zone. Okay.
No, it's Section 5.
Facts. Hi, bestie. I'm going to take it over to everyone's favorite fuckboy, America's favorite fuckboy, but we change the F sometimes to, what's today's F?
Today's F will be, I think we're going to go back to flavor, okay?
All right, you can,
so this is your boy Shake, Mr. HSD. AFF leaves the AFF silent. Leave the last F silent. Today the last F will be what? Flavor. Okay. I never use that again.
Flustered or fuck up. You get flustered or fuck up.
Yeah, that's about right.
You're gonna use forgetful next time.
Where you at? Whatever. Where you at? Your background looks dope. Where you at? It looks like you in a hostel.
I'm in a hostel.
In Bali.
If that's where you want me to be, that's where I'm gonna be today.
What up? What up?
What it do?
Shout out to the Bali listeners.
The Bali listeners.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Indonesia. I've been there.
We're going to get there soon.
And then Spew God is
Yo.
Drippy. Say what up to the tribe.
What's good, everybody? This your boy Mash, aka the Spew God Drip. Please say the drip.
Drip, drip.
Gang. Appreciate you. Represent South Jamaica Queens. Only Queens make kings. And as the ambassador of the Spew, it's my job to enrich the lives of everybody I meet. For those who don't know, Spew is an abbreviation for spreading positive energy wherever. And that's what I'm here to do. Welcome back, tribe. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We here to talk our shit.
Thanks. All right. So usually I'm up next. So we're gonna do the yellow chakra.
Did you introduce yourself, TJ?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I said I'm the unicorn Gemini. You guys call me.
We started with her.
She did in the beginning. She started with herself.
Did you even introduce the podcast? Like, who are we? Like, what are we doing?
I did.
Nah. Yo, moderator, snuff that nigga. Yo, moderator, snuff.
What?
Bring him back.
Don't do that.
Swap his side with.
Put him back over there.
I'm sorry.
Bust that nigga lip open.
She definitely did. She opened up with that. I'm just saying.
Like somebody not paying attention. He already had his party favorites for the morning. I said we gotta hold our party favorites until we get on the episode.
What she said.
Y'all not listening to the Ice Queen today. I gotta get icy on y'all. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get icy on y'all.
Yes, you do.
I do. I love it. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. Oh, okay. All right. Let's get back to the episode. Let's center our chakras now.
After she fucked the nigga up.
Okay. Do we intro it now?
Learn how to multitask, okay?
Do we intro the chakras now?
Yes. We are going to do the solar plexus chakra. Let me just pull that up real quick.
Word on the street, that's the third of the 7 chakras.
It is a word on the street because you have it in front of you because I shared it with you, right? You think you slick.
You're just saying, I'm mad knowledgeable.
You are. So where's it located? Tell us where it's located then.
Third from the top.
Okay, but show us in your body.
You said solar plexus. Come on, I'm using the clues you gave.
Point to it.
It's like right here.
He's trying. He did all of this.
Right here. It's all up in your
all of this.
torso region.
It's here. Okay.
Solar plexus.
Yes, you pointed to the right direction. It should be like right under your xiphoid process, which is you have your sternum right here in the middle, right under that area. So that soft area right between your rib cages where you feel like that's where my stomach is at. You got a 5-pack now, Mash?
5-pack right there.
I can wash some clothes on it. It's not washboard yet. It's not washboard.
Working on it.
Okay. You're gonna get that 6, boy. You're gonna get that 6. That's the fact.
Slow steps.
All right. So the yellow chakra, also known as the solar plexus chakra, also known as the Manipura chakra, it symbolizes energy, intellect, and also the connection a person has with fire and the sun. The yellow also represents youth, new beginnings, birth, and rebirth. It connects us to knowledge and intellect. I like this chakra because for me, it like pulls out creativity. Oh, actually, I wanted to share with you guys, how do you know if it's blocked? Ooh, this was a good one when I read this. So how do you know if it's blocked? You're going to experience low self-esteem. You don't trust yourself. So lack of self-trust. You have a weak will, like you're easily like manipulated, poor digestion. You have this victim mentality, like everyone's against you, everything, like you're always the victim. You're unable to take responsibility. And you also attract stimulants. So I don't know, that could be like a party
favors.
You're attracting them because you need something to push you up, build you up. And then you're just also not feeling good enough. So guys, if you guys are feeling these feelings, let's go ahead and unblock that chakra. Even if you're not feeling those feelings, like let's just go ahead and unblock that chakra.
I'm ready.
And so as we usually do, we're going to go ahead and take a nice deep breath in.
Take a deep breath, Doughboy.
And dogs can do it too. Look at Doughboy looking up at us. Aw. Okay, ready. Deep breath in and out. Yeah. Let that creativity flow through us. We are creators, guys.
Facts.
And tribe, you guys are creators too. Being a creator is so awesome.
Facts.
God created us in his image, if you guys believe in that. But we are creators. And so I believe that. All right. So now that we cleanse the chakra, it's time for the word of the week. Word of the week. Word of the week.
Word of the week.
Go ahead, Shay. My favorite fuck boy. You're my favorite fuck boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Shut up. Don't talk to me like that. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Sophisticatedly Ratchet. Let me hit y'all with today's word of the week. All right. I'm gonna give y'all something nice for this episode. What are we doing? Party favors? All right. Yes. So we're gonna use the word unobtrusive. Okay. Unobtrusive means non-conspicuous or attracting attention. All right. So I can say, I was at the party and I wanted to be as unobtrusive as possible. So I kind of hid back in the corner. All right. Or I could say, I wanted all the focus to be on my daughter, so I was as unobtrusive as possible. So I didn't really, get in all the pictures, some shit like that. Like, it just means that you're inconspicuous. It means that you're conspicuous. You're not conspicuous or inconspicuous, and you don't attract attention. You just
so I could say when I was at the airport, I was unobtrusive when I snuck into the bathroom to use my vape.
Facts like that. Yeah, exactly. Got what I mean? Got it. Something like that.
For some reason, I want to say view. So, like, I want an unobtrusive view.
Exactly.
Unobstructed type.
So,
how about this one?
When she tried to do her walk of shame, she tried to be very unobtrusive.
Okay.
Yeah. But TJ, I don't think you have an unobtrusive view. I don't think that yours work.
Okay.
No. Because it's
an unobtrusive view
of describing something because it's an adjective.
Not grabbing, not conspicuous or not attract. I think
not the view. Gotcha. Okay.
If I would love the buildings around me to be more unobtrusive so I can have a better view.
Right.
Okay.
Or DC has an architecture policy where the buildings can't be more than 75 feet because it's unobtrusive to the landscape.
Facts.
Now you're talking your professional shit.
I'm just saying, I gotta sound worldly.
We know you sophisticated.
Right, my bad.
So I wanted before we get started with this episode, I went to a party last night. Okay, since we're talking about party favorites,
what kind of party?
I get a shake story. All right, okay. It was wild. Okay, because my friend invited me to the party because she didn't want to go by herself. So I was like, all right, I'll go with you to the party. It's not even a big deal, right? So I went to the party and first we went to go pick up the cake. You know what I mean? We grabbed the cake and shit. I had a little crown on it and shit. It was nice. It was like, it was and then, I asked her what the party was. She said homecoming. I didn't really think about it. I said whatever, right? So
a homecoming party?
Yeah, a homecoming party. So we bring.
What kind of homecoming party? I'm just saying it's a little, I know homecoming to be for colleges. So I'm like it's a little early.
So it was a nigga getting out of jail. It was a guy getting out of jail party. Okay. It was a return from jail party. But I didn't really ask her what it was. You know what I mean? So we go. So because she said homecoming, I was just like whatever. So we brought the cake there. When I first walked through the door, like kids is just running all around. There's kids all over the place. They running everywhere and shit.
Wait. Pause. Your homegirl bought the cake. What was her relation to the person who got released?
She was friends with his girlfriend. Okay. Really good friends with the girlfriend. Cool. So we brought the cake out, right? So we brought the cake out. We put the cake on the table. We set them, and I'm just looking around. I'm paying attention to the people around me and shit. The kids is running crazy. There's candy on the table and shit, and I'm ready saying, "Oh shit, y'all got kids here. This is 10 o'clock at night. No wonder these kids is going crazy because they got kitty crack all over the place. Okay, it's kitty crack. That's all candy is. It's kitty crack. All right, all right. So they running there, right? So I sit down. I chill. I saw a picture. I see a picture of the man of honor and shit. He looked mad tall in the picture. I was like, oh, he a big dude. You know what I'm saying? Boom. So
wait, this is a before or after picture.
So this is just a picture of him, like before he got there. It's like a picture of him, like a memorial for him, right?
Right. Was the picture of him before he got locked up, or
I'm guessing before? I'm guessing before. You know what I'm saying? He looked nice. He looked tall in the picture, so he
looked like a mountain before he got locked up.
He did. So he walks into the party and shit, right? So he walks into the party. You know, everybody was like, surprise! It was a surprise party, by the way. Surprise! He's like, yeah, music playing. He walking around saying what's up to everybody. I wanted to get up and say, yo, happy birthday. And I thought, let me not do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he walking around saying what's up to everybody and shit. It's a good thing I did it. Like I said, it turned out that this shit was a homecoming party and shit. Because the dude just got home from jail. And then I looked around and I'm just watching everybody and how hood everybody looked. And then the area that we was in. And I was like, everything was explained at that point. Like, this all makes sense. This whole shit makes sense.
Where was you at? What borough?
Yeah, describe the environment. Was it in the project?
We was in Hollis. It was it was a salon that was closed. It was like a closed salon. Okay. Yeah, it was in the back of the salon. It was in the salon. No, it was in the salon. It was just like some like you wouldn't even know it was like no party shit. You know what I'm saying? They had like they was in the back cooking and shit, and you know they had it was like a really small space with like, you know, lunchroom tables and shit all over the place. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, you know, it's whatever, right? So dude comes in. Well, by the way, when dude came in, the nigga was about 5 feet tall. Okay, he was. I looked at the picture.
He was a mountain. I was
like, so he wasn't as tall as the picture.
Nigga, I looked at the picture and I saw angle, and I realized they angled it mad low.
Chicks be doing that.
I've been on Tinder for a minute. I can tell when niggas is short. Yeah, I can tell. It's okay. Short niggas win. Okay.
I could tell when chicks is big because you never see both shoulders. They always hit you with like a.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you don't see both shoulders,
they never go the titties.
That's a red flag. That's a red flag.
Yo,
yeah, I know.
So the camera angles and shit. He looked tall, but he was like mad short. Cool dude though, you know what I'm saying? But you know,
yo, was he brolic when he came out?
Nah, he was regular and shit. I don't even know how long he was in there and shit. I don't know how long he was there. So I don't know what he looked like before and after. I don't even know if the picture was before or after, because apparently he been out for a week now. You know what I'm saying? He was a cool dude. The food, okay. I want to get to the food. So the food tasted like shit. Okay. When I got the food, everything was salty, bro. You know what I'm saying? They tried to offer me some fucking cow foot, and I don't eat any feet. Okay,
they were Caribbean?
I don't eat any. I don't eat no chicken feet. I don't eat no cow feet. They was Jamaican. They was Jamaican.
Watch your mouth.
Whatever.
Okay, watch your mouth.
So
we not known for bad food.
So they gave me the food, and I was just like, I was like, these niggas ain't Jamaican. They Jamaica Queensy. Like. These niggas ain't from Jamaica.
They're not from the Caribbean. They're from the borough.
This shit is trash, right? And then everything they offered me was trash. Like they offered me the soup was trash, the food was trash. Yeah. I was dead eating. Trash? I was eating mad rice because I didn't want to taste all the salt that was on the food. And yeah, I didn't want to taste all the. You know, plus I've been working out. You know, trying to get my body right. Nigga over here eating all this salty ass food, and then yo, my homegirls, well, my friend, she said that her friend came to her and asked her, "Hey, how was the food?" and shit, and I was just like, "What'd you say?"
Oh my god!
So what did she say?
So, because I'm gonna be honest with you, as I was throwing shit away, I tried to be as unobtrusive as possible while I was throwing the shit.
Ding.
I didn't
want the timekeeper for that.
And then I wanted to look like I was eating, so I went back and got more. So I got like more rice, and I just kept eating like the rice, and that was it. Like I wasn't eating nothing but the rice. Okay, so I threw away the food, and she told her the food. She said at that point you have to lie. Okay, so let me ask y'all a question. Keep it a buck. Y'all go to a party like this, right? And the food is trash. It's your friend, by the way. This is a good friend. Right, the food is trash. You know, they girl made it, or they mom made it. They slaved over it all day. Matter of fact, she paid for the whole party. She was working hard. Right, she was exhausted by the end of the party. Right, she probably made all the food. Now, do you tell her the food is trash? Keep it a buck. Who in here tells her the food is trash?
You're gonna need to get your money back, baby. I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna need to file for a refund. You paid for this shit. They did you wrong. They did you dirty. You should not.
You definitely have to have a conversation. You're gonna have a conversation. You're not gonna like what we're going to have.
Shorty told me, yo, you gotta lie. She's like, you gotta lie. And then
I can't lie to you.
Here's my answer. Like, because you said the picture of him, he looked like he was 6 foot tall before he even went in. I'd have been like, "That's Debo." You know what I mean? I ain't fucking with Debo. But when he came in, he was 5 foot and he D-low. I'd have been like, "Fuck that! This shit is trash. This food is trash. Who gonna do something to me?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got high blood pressure. Like, why y'all put some salt in the food? Like, I'd have made some complaint.
Because I'm 5'3". I'm 5'3" in these streets.
Right, I told him. What he gonna do? What he gonna do? He
didn't make the food. It was a surprise for him. Why you
pressing him? He didn't. That's what I'm about to say. He ain't had nothing to do with the food.
Nobody could have catered.
He just showed up to the damn party.
I would never do that. I would never.
And I know you.
I'm a good plus one.
Yeah, I know. You would have told him, "Oh, it tastes okay." It was.
If she would have asked me, if she'd asked me out of dead ass, telling her, "Yo, nah, this ain't it."
My mom. If it was my mom would have said something.
You the one,
your mom
bro.
would say something. She was
my mother said something to my godfather one time. He made rum cake, and she didn't like it.
Rum cake.
And she let him know.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, it's dry. You need to make it not non-dry."
Oh, wow,
she said, "See, I helped him." So then he went back and fixed it.
You see, so my problem with this is that,
to be honest,
you know, if they catering, this is like a catering business.
Right.
Then that's a reason for me to be honest. But if this is just like a regular home, like this is what they used to, this is how they usually make their food, I'm gonna be a little bit damn, I can't even use the word, but I'm gonna be careful with my words as far as like how to tell them that the food isn't that great.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm the type of nigga, when I throw away food, I definitely do it in an unobtrusive manner.
I know you do. I double plate. When I throw away a plate of food that's nasty, I put another plate on top of it
like, I just
push it in the garbage.
I'm like, I want to watch he spreads it around the plate. I've watched Flash. He spreads it all around.
I'll just put a napkin over it.
Yo,
I've watched you, Flash.
Mash over.
I got manners.
Mash
over
over here.
Manners.
Mash over here, double plate, and then put it in the trash. But he won't tell her the food is trash.
You know what's wild though? Yo, as a kid, my mom, she would always double check our plates to make sure like we ate all the stuff. But I always had like a plan. I either always stuffed my mouth with enough food, or I would have a napkin and I would stuff the napkin in my underwear in order to like get rid of the food somehow. Real shit.
Yo, bro, that takes me back. We used to do that to my grandma. She used to cook us food and that shit was nasty. She used to give us lima beans. I don't know why the fuck she used to give us lima. We hated that shit. So we would take the lima beans and put them in a napkin and hide it behind the refrigerator. I don't know why we thought hiding it behind the refrigerator.
Because she was going to check the trash, bro. You didn't want her to check the garbage.
She bust our ass. She bust our fucking ass. Bust our
shit. Gonna bring mice to her
that's
house.
giving me flashbacks. My dad was very like, damn near that. I think this is abuse. He would sit at the table with us with a belt, and we would call it the big belt. And if we didn't eat our food, he would spank us.
Oh,
like,
damn.
I know. That was abusive.
Was the food good? Was the food good?
It was Caribbean food, and I remember saying, like, I don't want current shark. I want like mac and cheese. I want SpaghettiOs from the can. You know what I mean? I want frozen dinners.
You get the big belt.
You getting the big belt tonight.
That's exactly what he used to do. And saying it out loud and getting you guys' reaction, I now know that was abuse.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
It's okay. I'm good.
Not as in my big age. When I look back at the kid cuisine shits I was eating as a kid, that shit was abuse. That shit is nasty.
I wanted it so bad. I wanted it. I would save my money to go and buy that because my dad he was a chef. He owned restaurants, and so we would have like stewed chicken, rice and peas, steamed veggies, and that's every night.
That was disrespectful if you're not eating.
Yeah, I didn't want that shit. I wanted American
gourmet
food.
chef.
I wanted American food. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm one of those spoiled kids because my mom's cooked food and that plate was finished and I always had room for seconds. So I was one of those kids where it was like,
give it to Boogie. I would be putting all my shit in Boogie plate. Like,
yo, if it was good, like my mom's, I was yapping that up like it was no tomorrow. Like, anyway, I say that to say that I was never unobtrusive at all in terms of bad food. I realized because I would just leave the bad food on the plate, no sort of qualms about hiding it, because like I'm not going to eat it. And I didn't realize how that looked until I started listening to y'all. Like, oh, people could actually just see. I just walk to the trash can, throw it away. I don't cover it, just hide it because it's bad. I'm not going to eat it. So Yeah, I'm not stealthy at all in terms of throwing away bad food. I feel like I turned off quite a few people now that I think about it. Anyway.
All I know was I was talking shit about the food the whole time I was there, and Shorty was like, "Listen, I can't protect you if they beat you up. If they whip your ass, you see where we at, right?
Oh my
so
God.
I'm gonna need you to start being a little nicer."
Once again,
I mean, you can't talk trash about
business.
food.
Watch your words.
I was like, scared of this shit.
I was
people
expecting
sensitive
a
about
better
their cooking.
story than that, so I'm gonna just shut his mic off. Like, who was expecting a better story than that? Just raise your hand real quick.
I mean, all right, wait, hold on. Let me
just
give him one.
smash. Just smash.
From the way he let off as a homecoming, I thought there was gonna be some real.
I thought it was gonna be
I thought there was some strippers.
And like,
I was thinking about strippers.
It was I forgot the best.
Well, at least a shootout.
Wait, so sound effects.
I did forget the best part. That all like I knew it was a hood party because none of the chicks had bras on. Like they was all walking around, titties out, bellies out.
I feel like
that is like
that does not signify a homecoming.
That was a hood. That was a really hood. It was a really hood party. It was a really
because they didn't have bras on.
No, it was a really hood atmosphere. If you saw the type of outfits the chicks was wearing like t-shirts with like the bellies all out and the titties, like it was really.
Well, the belly shouldn't have been out.
Yeah, the belly shouldn't have been out. Nah.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, okay, not like a crop top.
Yeah, it was a little hood. It was really hood. You know what I'm saying?
Lace fronts involved.
And the first thing I heard when I went in there,
were the lace fronts
on deck? Were the lace fronts out there?
Tell us the lace front. If you could tell us,
everything was crazy. Everything was crazy looking.
You know
what I'm saying? And then you know the last thing I wanted to say, the first thing I heard when I pulled up was, yo, Jeff, they finally let your ass out of jail. And I was just like,
how long was he locked up for? This is the last question.
And it wasn't him. It was somebody else. I don't know how long he was locked up. I didn't ask those type of questions.
Yeah, I feel like that's a
you should have asked.
I would ask that shit.
I didn't even want to ask about the homecoming. Like, it's a homecoming for you coming from jail, bro. Like, he sat down and talked to me and shit, and he just was a Queens nigga through and through. Like, you could just like he just reminded me of every Queens nigga I know. You know what I mean? That's all right. I'm complete.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that story. Let's get to our party favorites episode. Okay. So we didn't get to go around. I wanted to know everyone's pick your poison. So what's your party favorite of choice? So Flash, you said Bud. For me, guys, I'm eating a lollipop that I got from DC. Shout out to DC. Shout out to Earl or Jared. We'll have to drop him. And he's from IG. He's a good friend of ours, and he hooked us up. And this was the party favorite at his party. It was a weed lollipop, and I'm an edible girl. So who's next?
I'm going
Mash. Okay, go, Mo. What's he? We already. No. Go ahead.
Oh, my party favorite is the alcohol.
Okay.
That's my party favorite.
Good. Who's next?
Wait, are we sharing party favorites that we're doing right now? Because I'm not doing
that we just like.
No, I'm not doing
choice. Pick your poison.
I'm not doing any drugs.
Yeah, you're definitely not limited to the current space. It's overall.
Okay.
Boogie, I know yours is weed, right?
Not that general. No, it's more specific, to be honest. I call it real runts, if y'all could see that. Oh, yeah, got a label. Yeah. So what we got right here is just my kind of start the day, we good, just chilling, and this is just a hybrid between indica, Skittles, and sativa gelato strain. So this is just kind of
interesting,
just a kind of chill. Nothing. It kind of keeps you focused in a sativa sense, but it does kind of mellow you out in terms of the indica feel. So yeah, that's my particular.
What type of runts is that?
It's called real runts.
Real runts? Got you. I never tried real runts. I tried white runts before. I never tried real runts.
It's similar to Runts OG. Same name.
Got you.
Mash, since you're talking, what's your drug of choice? Or your party favorite?
My party favorite is also the marijuana. My party favorite is the marijuana. I feel like with the alcohol, it gives you a hangover. I'm not big on the hangovers. You know, they suck real hard, and
not pleasant.
I prefer to. Sorry, no, they do suck. They suck mad dick. But hangovers is the dick suckers all the way, bro. You never met a cool hangover ever.
Never.
Facts. I don't like alcohol for that reason too. Shake.
Well, if I had to pick one, I'm more of an alcohol kind of dude.
My guy.
I'm gonna be. I like alcohol. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's an even split between alcohol and weed. I could do one or the other. I could do both. You know what I'm saying? Like it could be. It's an even split between weed and alcohol. I'd like to try coke though, but we're gonna get to that eventually.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that, crackhead.
Has anyone tried alcohol and liquor? Like
we're gonna talk
about
experience
doing that. Okay.
Alcohol and liquor. You mean alcohol and weed?
And weed, no, it's
part of me.
It's a really it's a really good balance, though, bro.
That's actually one of our questions. Actually, let's get to it now. I wanted us to start real ratchet.
Come on, go for it.
All right, let's go real ratchet. Okay,
all the way. Power up.
All right. So, I have a random question. So, this is related to your poison of choice, right, or your party favor of choice. Do you prefer to have it while you're having sex? Or not?
This is just an open-ended question.
This is a burner question.
Actually, I did phrase it in a burner question because I was saying we didn't have burner questions. So
you did,
yeah.
You mean like during it, like while it's happening?
Like while it's happening,
yeah.
Like during sex.
Like I prefer to have my poison like while I'm having sex. So on or off sex, yes.
That's sophisticatedly ratchet.
What's burner questions, CJ?
So, burner questions are signatures to the SR podcast where we ask you a question and you have to answer. Oh, you have 3 options to answer either yes, no, or sophisticatedly ratchet. You get to explain all your answers, and sophisticatedly ratchet just means that it's not yes and it's not no, and you get to tell us why it's sophisticatedly ratchet. And we have 2 sophisticatedly ratchets from Flash and Shake. We have a no from Mo and Mash. And I have yes, and so does Boogie. So let's start with the no's. Mo, why do you say no? You don't like to drink and have your.
I like to drink. No, I like to drink, and then after I drink, engage in sex. That's why I was very specific with the question that I asked.
Well, that's what I meant, like under the influence.
Well, yeah, okay, well then that's different. That you didn't say. I said, are you asking us to take this while we are doing it? There's no. I can't drink and have sex.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why I know that I was very specific with my question.
Gotcha.
So that's the case, right? Okay.
I want to piggyback on Mo. Same thing. I thought.
Same thing.
I'm not smoking while I'm slicing. I can't.
While I'm slicing, exactly. That's why.
Okay.
Because I was very specific with my question.
Specific. Okay. Yeah. So under the influence of your party choice,
then my answer changes.
Okay.
My answer changes. My answer would
be, you switch the question, TJ. What's the question? Under the influence or during the act, bro?
During. You're so mean. Okay, let me get it together.
Get him in shape, Ice Queen. Get him in shape.
All right, come on now. So, do you prefer to have sex under the influence of your drug of choice?
Did y'all notice that the only person who cools off the Ice Queen? Did y'all ever notice? Because if one of us would feel that shit,
bro,
she was like,
I'm only like that to shake. I only do that to shake. Everybody else
try to acknowledge that.
TJ, I like both questions, just to be honest, because I feel like I like that shit.
Yeah, I like the first one too.
And that could have been the question. That's why I asked. So
okay, so Mo, go ahead.
All right. So if I am, so if you're asking me,
say sophisticatedly ratchet now.
Right. If you're asking me if I like my drug of choice while I'm having.
Do you like to drink and have sex?
Right. Sophisticatedly ratchet, because if I'm too lit, then I'm just kind of I'm too fucked up, then I'm just like dead. But if I'm nice, then I'm good. So that's why that's why it's a sophisticated ratchet. Because if I'm too intoxicated, it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
it's not.
I've seen you. You're horny, but you can't really do anything.
Yeah, I can't do anything. Yeah, like I can't. It's not even gonna work. But if I'm nice, if I'm at a nice vibe and I'm lit, yeah.
That's a fact. Yeah. That's a fact.
But do you do any freaky stuff like when you're high? Like, I mean, when you're drunk?
Yeah, like I'm more into it. So I'm doing, I was like,
Oh yeah.
Would you say it's better than sober sex?
It's intensified a little bit more than sober sex.
The orgasm is intensified?
Yeah.
No, because it could be, but I'm saying the things that I would do more. I'm more, it could be more intense.
So more aggressive, maybe you initiate more. Sorry, I'm all in your business.
Yeah, like
shy boys.
I'll do more. I'll do more. Yeah. Well, I'll do more, because I'm,
start cradling the balls while you're riding it. You know what I'm saying? You get a little sugar on the top.
Have you ever gotten any feedback, Mo? Have they ever told you, oh shit, last night? Like when you was like drunk, they were like, did they tell you? So did you ever get feedback?
I think I definitely did. Yeah,
You did?
Because I don't care at that point. I'm like, I'm lit, I'm nice. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm about to do
Did you notice that they always try to like feed you alcohol now or something
No.
like that? Okay. No. Okay.
I don't need. I mean, I don't necessarily.
It's a good
need it,
idea
but-
though. That's
Yeah, that's a good idea. Now we know.
Definitely
good
good
idea.
You
Now.
want to get Mo on a freaky side?
Yo, so
give us
what?
some Ciroc coconut.
Yeah.
Let's splash a pineapple. I think she said that in episode 1 of Party number 1.
Shit got me going.
All right, who else said sophisticatedly ratchet?
Yo, let me. Well, I said sophisticatedly ratchet. I definitely think I enjoy doing my party favor while in the act of sex. I think getting my dick sucked while I'm pulling on a L is a sexy thing to me. I don't care if I'm just sitting down or laying down. The fact that I don't gotta say nothing to this chick, and she just gonna sit there. She gonna cradle the balls, lick the balls, suck the dick,
cradle balls,
everything. All right, but I get to sit and relax and like smoke my herb before I really go into my mode. And I get real. I like saying, I told you I talk a lot of shit.
You talk dirty.
So when I smoke, especially, I already start having premonitions of the shit I'm gonna tell this fucking woman. Yeah, because like everything is real life. Like it's got to happen in its own space. Like I don't want nothing to be like a super repeated thing anyway. So I'm just sitting here, just thinking of all this toxic masculinity I'm about to spew on this woman.
Give me an example.
Nah, I can't do that. That's
boo. hit the boo button right now. Whatever.
But I said
Mo just said everything.
Ratchet.
She answered every question that I gave her, but whatever.
Yeah, but I said sophisticatedly ratchet because I also with like alcohol, I think I become a very different person even with sex. I feel like alcohol is too aggressive for me sometimes, and I realize that's when shit happens. When I drink and I want to have sex, I get too aggressive. And I sometimes don't like it because chicks will tell you some shit that you said and they didn't stop you in the act because it was all good and shit. But then I be sitting here like, I said that? Like, I didn't mean to say no hurtful. I say hurtful shit sometimes.
What? Like what? I need an example.
I degrade a chick sometimes. Sometimes I think, especially off of the liquor, I'll tell her shit like, you like being number 2, bitch, or some shit like that.
God damn. Okay.
I can get wild disrespectful.
You say that to like the side piece and she knows she's a side piece?
I don't want to get no
she
details.
Does now.
That's a possibility, yeah.
Allegedly.
Look,
allegedly.
You like being
runner up, bitch. You like being second.
I cannot.
Why you put the dick in there?
Like,
that's gangster. That's aggressive.
Right now.
Yo, Flash, Sure, it wasn't that offensive if she continued going during the act. Okay,
but I think this is what turns some of them on too, though.
Yeah.
But you know what's wild though? I was even saying the reason why I think I love drinking because I start doing all types of shit. Like I start fucking, especially when I'm in my mode and shit. I take the bottle to the head like one of them niggas that be spitting flames and shit, and then I spit the shit in the bitch mouth and shit. Like it gets aggressive. But once again, it's just me doing extra wild shit because I'm under the influence and. Half of the time I don't remember everything if I'm too far gone. So this is why I prefer weed as my sex drug of choice because it gives me more options to kind of guide the way I actually want to have sex, which is still, as nasty and aggressive, but I don't say shit that I might regret sometimes.
Word.
I hear you. Anyone else had sophisticatedly ratchet?
Yo.
Because I changed my answer. I'm gonna go sophisticatedly ratchet.
I said sophisticatedly ratchet.
All right, go ahead, Shake. Why?
Okay. I said sophisticatedly ratchet because originally you had said would you do it during the act? Like I don't see myself like in mid stroke grabbing the weed and smoking it and da. Even while she's giving me head, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a clumsy guy, and I feel like if I start smoking weed, I might burn her.
And you are, because that shit gonna feel good. You're gonna start shaking, the shit gonna fall on her back.
I don't want to burn her hair. All of a sudden, sets on fire, and it turns into a Michael Jackson incident. I don't want it to be like that. So, so I will not smoke during that. I will not smoke or drink during it. But I will take breaks during sex, like you know, because I be blazing chicks for about anywhere from a half hour to an hour. I like to give them. I like to give them that 20-minute break. Like after 20 minutes, it went on too long. Okay, we got to relax for a second.
Is it because you bust a nut, or is the dick still hard? Or
no, I probably didn't nut yet. If I'm still going, if I'm taking a break,
does it stay hard during the break?
Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Unless she throw it off and she say some dumb shit like I don't do that, and then like I'll be honest with you, when shit tell me I don't do that, yo, sometimes my penis react like fuck out of here.
This should make the window sound.
Flash, throw a hammer tone on that.
I don't even know what that.
I need something for my penis going out. Nah, that's not it. That ain't
it. Bear with us, tribe. Bear with us as we get our audio together.
Word, that's the sound my penis makes when she be like, I don't do that. And I be like, or she says some shit that just turns me off, okay? But like, I'm gonna be honest with you, yo, smoking weed and drinking like during sex, like I'm gonna be honest, that it really intensifies the moment and shit. I don't know about Flash because I probably won't talk as much because I know I'm mad drunk, but like it intensifies the moment for me. Like, I get like freakier and nastier and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll try to do some extraordinary shit like picking them up and shit like that, and I'll do a lot more. And then also I feel like I can achieve my nut a lot faster when I'm in that mode right there. Because to be honest with you, sometimes
it takes me longer.
Sometimes my body don't got the energy to keep up with the energy it takes to get to the nut. Okay. Sometimes like I need to get there, but I don't have the energy to do it. You know what I mean? And I feel like weed gives me that little bit of extra energy, and it also puts my mind frame somewhere where it's easier for me to nut. Right. Yeah. So it's a little. So that's why my answer was sophisticatedly ratchet.
Yo, Shay, you know what's wild? I definitely think my concept of time is skewed. Like when I'm fucking and I'm high and shit like that. I don't think about how much minutes is going by for the most part. I'm thinking like, yo, I'm about to have a whole fucking real ass session with this chick. So it just
I don't think about how many minutes is going by either, but I know when it's too long. I know when I've been just smashing too long and she needs a break. So I'm not gonna say it's always at 20 minutes, but I'm gonna say it's usually 20 to 30 minutes where I'll be like, you know what, let's take a break. All right. And then because I'm sweating all over her, she's tired and shit. You know what I'm saying? And she like she done nutted like 3 times already, and I'm still like, you know? Yeah. You know, so like, all right, it's break time, baby. It's break time. And then we're gonna go back to we're gonna start back over with foreplay. Give me head. You know what I mean? We're gonna go back to head and shit. Or I might eat her out, you know, but we're gonna go back to that right there. Child, you know, because since I've been wearing that pussy out for so long, like, you know, I'm gonna eat you out now. You know what I'm saying? So we go back to that. Like that's break time. And during break time, that's when I'm drinking. I'll take my drink and I'll smoke.
You re-up.
Yeah.
All right. I said sophisticatedly ratchet too. I'm gonna keep it quick. I think it's very similar to Mo. So like if I'm a little too lit, it's not good. For me, my drug of choice is edibles. And if I do a little too much, you know how you guys get cotton mouth when you're too high? I get cotton pussy, guys. That shit exists. It exists.
You need lube, baby. Just keep lube.
No, I can't. No, I don't want to introduce the chemical.
I mean, couldn't head like take care of that?
No, it has to be natural. No, it has to be natural lubrication for me.
So you tell him that he has to eat you, so he has to eat you out at that point then.
Yeah, it would only be head or using my vibrator. But I'm horny as hell. It's the worst feeling ever because I'm horny as hell. I feel like I'm having an orgasm, but it's just dry as like rice cakes. You know what I mean? Like it's bad. So I prefer like that nice medium, you know, like you have to be lit in the middle, like that medium
like that high lit, but not cross the threshold.
So I don't get it though. TJ, do you have better sexual experiences with weed or alcohol?
Do. No, not alcohol, definitely weed. I feel like I can feel the energy of the room. I know what they're feeling too, and I love just feeding off that energy. What are you trying to say?
Here's my problem, DJ. Now, you said you don't like when niggas spit on your vagina. I remember a conversation way back. Like, but I feel like if you're dry, I'm gonna have to go boom, and I'm spitting all over your shit. I'm spitting all over it. I'm gonna have that shit dripping all over your bed because that's the only way I'm gonna get you wet. Now you telling me that
it's
you
done.
can't spit on it and you got cotton pussy? We got a problem. Okay,
I'm gonna suck the shit out of your dick. No, I'm gonna suck the. I'll suck a dick though. I'll suck dick. But the thing is, I can't even kiss you. My mouth is so dry. Like it's like so nasty, pasty dry. It's disgusting. It's a wrap. Like I need to go to bed. It's like it's just a wrap.
You need to fucking drink water.
Y'all need to go jerk off in the corner. You know.
In the corner.
What the fuck?
We're in the bed. I'm going to sleep, nigga. So you can do whatever you want.
No way I go to jerk off.
Man, disrespectful. So wait, TJ, you mean to tell me that once you get the cotton box, you're not willing to allow a nigga to spit on it to get it back wet?
It doesn't get back wet, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Let me elaborate. You're not gonna allow him to spit on it to lubricate it. You getting back wet is not gonna happen. Apparently,
no, it doesn't get wet. Trust me, it
so
dries
it's just gonna soak it up. It's gonna soak it up.
Yes, if you put spit in it, like I've tried it, spit and fingers. We've tried it. It's painful. Like no, just stop. I'm going to bed.
So sex is over for you at that point.
It's over. It's a wrap.
Wow.
Jesus.
Don't let me cross that level. You know, Jesus. Like I need to be. You have to. It's important to know your dose. Bugs, what do you say, real quick?
I say definitely piggyback a little bit on what Flash and Shake was talking about. I kind of, in terms of having sex before, like not drinking and smoking before having sex, I feel like there's a difference when you do introduce it, especially like me having a bit of anxiety sometimes, depending on the chick I'm dealing with. It can help me feel relaxed.
Really?
Yeah. Like if it's like a first time encounter, I feel like having weed, especially if she's open to smoking with me, I feel like that kind of makes it so more relaxed for both of us. It helps it be more intimate. So yeah, I feel like that's why I say because obviously you kind of have to have a balance. You don't OD, but it does help enhance the mood, which is a 100% plus for me.
A plus, me too. That's why that's my yes too. Yeah. All right, guys, what was your first experience with weed, like or of drugs? Period. Like
I ain't get a chance
you were like
to
that's.
Sorry, man. I know. For a fact
I'm looking at the time and I'm like, damn, we didn't even get into the episode, y'all.
It's all good. It's all good.
Go ahead, Nash.
Do better. It's all good. So piggyback on what Mo said, I say yes because I didn't understand the question. But when Flash gave his breakdown, I understand how you want to smoke. But when Shake gave his breakdown, I can understand why you want to smoke during those breaks. When I have had sex while I was drunk, I got like the whiskey dick. When you can fuck for forever. Whiskey dick is like when your dick be hard and you don't come, you just be fucking. Right? You fucking. Right?
You drunk, tipsy, or neither?
Well, drunk typically. Like whenever whiskey dick occurs, it's because you too far gone. Like you're gonna be fucking for mad long. I feel like
so you don't feel it.
Not that you don't feel it, you just don't
feel
come.
it. You just can't come, because you're just so drunk.
That's what whiskey dick is. I thought it just because it didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I'm using the term wrong. Maybe I'm using the term wrong.
Because I'm also thinking about like if you drunk, how coherent are you in terms of fucking? You just going on autopilot at that point, just off of motor function.
And that's where babies come from. Because I feel like at that point you gonna have the whiskey that you like, I can't feel it. Let me take this condom off, and then shit just go all the way to the left. All right, go all the way to the left.
But you said you don't come though, so how did they?
No, once you take the condom off, that's when
that's when you need to take the condom off. Like you know what?
Oh, it's different. You come after you take off the condom. Okay.
Right.
How drunk you up? You feel that pussy? You coming?
Facts.
Shit get different. Kind of kicking the awesome mode when you.
And I agree with that because your reaction time is not that quick because you're drunk. So
exactly.
Your reaction time is not quicker to pull out like that.
So there's that part, but I feel like when I'm under the influence with marijuana, I feel more connected to my partner. Like I feel like I can like feel her body's aura,
her energy. Yeah.
And intimacy is so real.
It's a different experience, but it depends on what type of marijuana you're using. But I digress. I'm complete, but that was my input.
Let's on to the next.
All right, guys, let's talk about our first experience with drugs. When was the first time you like experienced it? Maybe tried it or saw it.
What type of drug we talking about? Like used
it? You talk about whatever drug for you. I'll start. So I saw weed for the first time in 6th grade. I remember cutting school. Mommy, if you're listening, my mom listens to Sophisticatedly Ratchet. Okay, by the
way. Welcome to the tribe, Mom. Welcome to the tribe, Mom.
She knows everything about her. She made me, so whatever. Anyway, Yeah, the first time I saw it was in 6th grade. I cut school and I didn't smoke it, but I definitely smelt it for the first time. And in college was the first time that I saw cocaine. And I went to an all-white college. It's called Elmira College. Shout out to all the white people that go to Elmira College in New York. And my white girlfriends were like, I do this. She was like licking her finger, then tapping it on the piece of paper like it was on something. And then she rubbed it on her gums. And I was like, well, I thought people smoked cocaine because I'm used to growing up in Harlem.
Crack.
Yeah, so I thought you smoked it. And she's like, oh no, we don't smoke this. Like I rub it on my gums. I'm like, oh my God, why are you doing this? And she said, I'm doing it to stay skinny. And I'm like, crackhead skinny? Like this is what people want to do?
Quickest way to lose weight.
So,
Call everything crackhead.
that's what she said. So that was and she was like, this is your first time seeing it? Don't you live in the Bronx? And I was like, yeah, I'm from the Bronx. And I've never seen cocaine a day in my life, or even crack for that matter. Like I've seen crackheads, but I've never actually seen the actual drug outside of TV. So yeah, that was my first experience with drugs. What about you guys?
Wow, I'll go. I've never up until this day saw crack, period, in person or anything like that. I've seen crackheads, seen methadone heads, seen all of that, but I haven't physically seen it.
Seen the drug.
You seen the drug. Yeah. My first experience with alcohol was a senior in college. We went away on a trip. We went to Universal Studios, and the first drink I had was Cats and Cream. Never forget that shit.
Nice.
That shit was good.
Yeah.
Weed, I'm trying to think about weed. I do remember doing I think the first time I did weed, it was definitely a shotgun. Somebody gave me a shotgun, and that's basically where you put your two hands together and they blow it in your mouth. So that was that. And then you inhale it. And the second time I tried it was in college. And those are my two early.
Did you get high?
Yeah. I didn't know when I was high, and I kept asking. I'm like, yo, am I high?
Still don't know to this day.
Because I was drinking. Like, I don't know. I don't think I was high. I was like, I'm telling you, I don't know. My body does not do weed. Like it doesn't get me. Because I remember when I did it in school, and I was like, and I did it, and it was it must have been the week before we graduated, because everybody was like, well, you never did, like, come on, you gotta do weed. I was like, I didn't. I'm like, all right, we getting ready to graduate. I did it, and I'm just like, yo, am I high? Like, how does high feel? Like, what would I feel like if I was high? Because I don't know what it feels like.
Mo, I feel you. I did vapes before, like hookah, and I had to ask if I was high. That's how I knew I wasn't high. Because it's like, if you have
but
to
did you
ask,
do hookah by itself? Did you do hookah by itself, Boogie?
What do you mean, like hookah by itself? Like I didn't combine it with anything.
Alcohol
were you without alcohol or doing anything else?
Oh damn! Did I have alcohol? I think I was with Mash when I did hookah. We went to some spot in Hillside. I don't know if we had alcohol though in combination.
Let me tell you something.
I know it was hookah, and the hookah was trash. I ain't feel nothing.
I'm telling you that alcohol and hookah. That's my other drug of choice too. When you
like
do
alcohol enhances the hookah, ain't do jack shit for me.
It sure the hell does for me. It brings you up on a little. It gives you a little. It takes you up a little higher. And sometimes they have hookah where you can actually put alcohol into the water. It's it's a whole bunch of different things. They have flavors.
That'd be interesting though. Like
I'm trying to tell you, they have
hookah?
a fruit on top. Yeah,
Mo has a portable hookah thing. So when we go on vacation,
that's
he
different.
brings it. It's so cute.
That's
it's like a little cup.
It's a cup. It's cute. So it's like a plastic cup. That's why they never stop me when I travel.
I got portable weed.
I know. I still try to get her high. I'm like, have this edible. Eat this.
I'll eat it edible, but maybe it hits me too late than others. I don't know. My body's just like, But I digress. Who's next?
Let me go. You know what's wild? When y'all just said this question, I had in mind already the time of when I first had a drink, but I wasn't sure when the first time I got high was until I just figured it out now. So I will say I got an uncle, and I just had one of them uncles that love to drink. And I remember just walking into the apartment that we used to live at. We used to live in on Vanderbilt Projects. And it was probably just him, and I'm pretty sure my mom wasn't there, because my mom would have probably flipped out if she saw my uncle giving me alcohol. But I remember he was there to watch me or whatever. And, I stumbled.
How old were you?
I had to be, I want to say 7 or 8.
He having flashbacks and shit.
Yeah, so no, I walk into the apartment and shit. I got my backpack.
Oh, don't walk like that though.
And I'm striding into the apartment and shit. So I'm saying, like, good day at school. And all I remember him looking at me, he was like, look at this little happy nigga. He was like, yo, come here. I was like, hey, uncle, what's up? And then he said, come up here. He sat me up on like the side of the couch and shit. And he was sitting there with his Heineken and shit, And I'm just sitting there like, you good? And he said, yo, try this. And I was like, what you talking about? You know, I was sitting here like, that's the devil's drink. I wasn't allowed to drink that stuff. He told me stay away from it. And he said, come on, try this. And then he really like took the bottle and started like giving me some of the Heineken. And I was sitting here like, oh, this is terrible tasting water. I didn't know what the fuck beer was.
Yeah,
in a sense.
Definitely nasty.
You know what I'm saying?
Heineken especially.
But yeah, it was disgusting to me. And, you know, but for some reason that actually kept me from drinking beer for a very long time. But now I kind of like beer. But that wasn't even the worst shit. I think the first time I really got high was maybe I don't want to say the worst experience, but the weirdest ones for me. Because I used to work with some dudes in retail, and they were always fun dudes. You could tell like the dudes who probably got hot early in life, you know, they got the piercings and shit, the tattoos everywhere and shit. And I was sitting there like, man, these guys are fun. All right, so they invited me to come hang in the backyard somewhere in Long Island and shit. I was like, I bet. And I'm saying like, what we gonna do? And he was like, you know, we're just gonna drink, probably smoke a little bit. And I'm saying here like, all right, I'll drink. It's cool. And I'm pretty sure I was probably like 18, 19 or whatever around this time. But I ended up going to the backyard and everybody's cool and shit. We all sitting there, you know, we drinking. I'm drinking at least, you know, and they smoking. And then somebody passes me the fucking, you know, blunt. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at
you know how to do it?
I didn't know how to do it. So this is my first time, but you know, you gotta blend in, you gotta act cool and shit. So I put the weed to the mouth, you know, and I think they caught me the first time because I did like a, and you know, you just kind of let it out too quick and shit. It was like,
you didn't really get it.
It was like, nigga, puff the shit. And I was like, you mean like swallow the smoke? It was like, yeah, just inhale and exhale. I'm saying, I bet. Do that shit. And I've never had the experience of weed, so I didn't know what the hell was gonna happen. In my mind, I was gonna get possessed, but so I'm waiting to be possessed and shit. But nothing happens. So I'm drinking and shit. I'm saying like, nigga, that shit weak, whatever. And sure enough, you know, just underestimating weed somehow leaves you in like a different space because you don't know sometimes when the fuck the high is gonna hit. And I remember everybody kind of just saying like, you know, we out, peace out, everybody dapping up. And I'm sitting here like, damn, I feel a little weird. I was like, I feel a little hot.
Oh my gosh.
Like smoking in a chicken coop.
So, and I drove to the fucking backyard. And all I remember is that after everybody dapped up, I walked to the front of the yard. I was sitting here like, I don't even know where the fuck I parked. And the high just started hitting me and I started getting hot. And this was probably like 3:00 in the morning. So I'm walking around somewhere in Long Island, like shit is looking weird for me. And I'm sitting here like, I'm hot, I'm tired. I said, I can't do this. So I actually went to somebody's backyard and I just ended up just like sleeping in somebody's backyard in their grass till the morning and shit.
What?
I remember I was high. I was too high. My first time getting high. But I remember waking up at like 7:00 in the morning, realizing I got work. So,
you gotta be to just lay on the grass and sleep. That's
wild. And the wild part is I still had on my work shit. So who you think drove straight back to work with the fucking nigga just
you dirty motherfucker. You dirty bastard.
Responsible young man. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, he went to work. He ain't let that mess him up from his money and shit.
But
I mean, you do feel better when you wake up after the high. I kid you not.
I was giving them dudes strange looks the whole day though. I'm saying like, what the fuck y'all put in that shit, man? That shit was strong.
That shit had to be. We're gonna get to that question, Mash. Are you complete, Flash?
Smoking woolies.
I'm complete.
Go ahead, Mash.
So my earliest drugs. My family tree. They interesting. They're interesting. So I grew up around like alcohol abusers. My earliest experience with drugs was watching my uncles get drunk, and they would get violent when they was drunk. So I never really wanted to drink because I saw what alcoholism does to people. Like shit get crazy. Like one of my uncles pushed my mom through like a glass window. He was drunk. And then
how old were you? You remember
like
that?
7, 8. It was on New Year's. It was crazy. Like when they would drink, it would turn left all the time. We couldn't have a good time without somebody having an altercation because of alcohol. Shit was different.
Oh wow.
So that made me not want to drink. I didn't start drinking until I got to like high school. And me and my nigga C-Roy, My first time drinking alcohol was Easy Jeezy's, and I don't know why the fuck we chose E&J to be the alcohol that we tried for the first time.
I was like, what is Easy Jeezy? Okay, E&J.
Was trash.
That's the dark liquor, right?
Yeah,
it's a whiskey
because it was cheap, bro. Because it was cheap. That's why.
That's
why.
Yeah.
Is it a rum?
I think it was a brandy.
Brandy, okay.
What, E&J?
Yeah, E&J is a brandy.
It's a brandy.
Yeah, so first time drinking was E&J. That was in high school, and we did that just because it was cheap, and we did it for so long. Once we started trying other alcohols, like, oh, this shit, other shit is way better. Why the fuck we chose this shit? But we was drinking E&J. First time I smoked. You took me in the time machine, Flash, when you talked about the drinking shit. The first time I seen crack is I was at my sister's boyfriend's crib, and I seen him bagging up crack for the first time. That's how I seen actual crack before.
Right.
My grandmother used to smoke crack, but that's a different conversation. But actually seeing it, she never did it in front of us. We just knew when she started getting paranoid and shit.
Yeah.
But in terms of like smoking, I was smoking wrong for a long, long time. And it wasn't until I started smoking by myself in the sanctuary back in Queens is when like I really unlocked the greatness of marijuana and like tapped into like how it could have you like calm your mind and then think about things differently and broaden your perspective on shit, you know. So it wasn't until that happened that I could really started getting into like really smoking and understanding that I can be productive when I smoke, or I can have a different perspective on things when I smoke. And I think that was when I really started smoking weed. But that's my earliest experiences with drugs.
Yeah,
feel you.
Yeah.
Boog, you up?
So I go in. What?
I said, Boog, you up?
Oh, all right. So yeah, my first experience, like to be honest, I feel like my parents have raised me very well, a little too well in terms of like staying in school and not doing drugs. And I think about it, I was never really like in terms of the experiences that you all shared. I don't really have that. Never had to see that around my way. Like it's completely foreign to me. And I guess I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but
it's a good thing, bro.
I've never seen crack. I've never had experiences with people kind of even engaging in that. Weed at best, in terms of just the area I grew in Queens. Alcohol definitely was common. That goes without saying. But my early experience with drugs was not as a kid because, like, I think as a kid I've always declined those offers. Like I remember experience where friends were smoking like tea bags or something to that nature. I'm not sure what the term was, but just kids trying to smoke without nobody looking, and it just just didn't fit right. So I never did it. Those Truth commercials scared the shit out of me. I ain't gonna hold you. But I remember just feeling stressed to a particular day where I just didn't give a fuck. And I was like, I think I was an adult. As I was an adult, like the stigma of weed and all that just kind of went away. Like, what's the big deal? So I guess I just didn't give a fuck and just wanted to try it. And that was my first experience. I think it was MASH and that I first was like let me just try it because they was just doing it and I didn't even give a fuck. And I think they was even surprised because I don't actually smoke with them. It was my first time. And I asked them after like them offering me and saying no, I'll put it to you like that. So that was my earliest first experience with drugs. But I feel like my solo experience was when I was just really stressed and I was just thinking about like, yo, why am I stressed? Like, I got things to do. And I was like, yo, I just need to kind of like, I don't drink. Like drinking ain't really helping me work. So I feel like that was when it just hit me like, yo, let me just smoke something. And that was kind of when I just started like using it to kind of more or less help with my day to day. Because I smoked a lot more when I started smoking by myself versus ever smoking with people. So yeah, that's my early experience. That's my thoughts on it.
Right. Do you prefer ciphers to smoking by yourself?
I would have to say I'm 50-50. I'm not even sure. I have to say I prefer. Yeah, like in terms of smoking in the group, I smoke more by myself, and I feel like I can think and just. I feel like I have to say smoking by myself. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a perfect segue. Can we get my ratchet thought?
Yes, I was gonna say, but Shake didn't go yet.
My fault. Shake, my bad.
You're up next. Nash. I was gonna say that
too. So my first experience with drugs, I grew up in and also an interesting family, and I can remember that the same thing with MASH. Like it's crazy how I had similar experiences as far as, you know, my family, my cousins and them drinking and shit when I was younger. You know what I mean? And I know we would have like parties and shit like that, and the shit would always end up violently.
Go left, dog.
Okay, these niggas start drinking the Henny. They all of a sudden somebody's punching the next door neighbor in the face. Some craziness, some shit like that. Like it would end like that. Like the party wasn't over until something broke or somebody got beat up. Like that's how shit would go down, right? As far as with crack, I saw crack vials on the floor. I didn't actually see anybody smoke crack in real time until like recently. This was a few years ago. I had met like a young hooker on the street. She was like 18, 19. She was young, okay? And then she was like, she had rolled up on me. I saw her a few times. I always said hi. And I was chilling on top of my car one night. It was like 2 a.m. And shorty rolled up on me and shit, you know, what's up? You know what I mean? What you need? And shit like that. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Isn't what, like getting your dick sucked?
Yeah. But I was good, but she needed $10 and shit. I was like, all right, cool. I got $10 for you. She said because she needed to go get some crack. She was very like forthcoming.
Crackheads aren't flattered. They understand what
they're honest. They're like,
she needed to go get crack, which it bugged me out because she never grew up in the crack era. I'm thinking maybe that's why, you know, crack could make a comeback because, you know, young people don't know how devastating it was. But you know, I was like, whatever. So and can you give me a ride right quick? It's right up the block. All right, cool. So I drove her up the block and I was like, all right. She asked me if I wanted some head again, and I told her, nah, I just want to see you smoke it. And shit.
Why?
Right?
Why?
I don't know. So I drove the chick to the park, right?
I cannot.
After she goes and buys the crack.
Nigga doing a documentary on how to smoke
after
crack.
She goes in, like, right?
Who gave her the $10?
I've never seen her before.
I mean, I get it. You was curious, Shake. You was curious to see what that looked like.
She was mad pretty and shit. She was mad pretty.
Really?
Yeah, and she was young. And I was just like, all right. So I drove her to the park and shit, right?
You didn't want to suck your dick though?
Nah, I was good. I didn't need that at that point and shit. So I drove her to the park. And you know, she smokes the pipe, and the fact that she was a crackhead kind of turned me off. Like I wouldn't have wanted to do it. Like,
but you still wanted to see her do it, though.
Yeah, I still wanted to see her do it.
Like what?
So I watched her do it, and she smoked it. She smoked it, right? And she threw up a little bit. You know, I threw up a little bit. And
in the car?
No. Outside. She was in the park. We were in the park.
Wow.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So then I drove her back to around the way because I wanted to go park my car and shit. Like, because I drove her back. So I drove her back and shit. And while I'm driving her back, you know, I decided to have a Danny Tanner moment with her and shit. Like, now you see, young lady,
from Full House.
You know, smoking weed is fucked up, and smoking crack is fucked up. I don't know if you really know how bad people look, but you know, smoking crack.
You gave her the $10.
It's gonna take away your beauty. If she was gonna smoke crack anyway, it didn't matter if I gave her $10.
I mean, that's true.
Smoking, you're a really pretty girl, and that shit is gonna take away your beauty. You should really seek some help for that right there. So that's my first time seeing somebody smoke crack.
Christ.
All right, Mash, what's your ratchet question or your ratchet thought? Sorry.
Oh, so my ratchet thought is when sharing party favors, it's really important for you to not sit on the butt. All right, so if I'm supplying the party favors and I pop up at a spot, you need to puff pass, maybe 3 puffs max.
He's talking about weed tribe.
All right, right. So if I'm sharing my party favors, you have to give it back to me. Don't be telling me no long story. Don't be fucking sitting on a joint talking about your day. No, there's a 3 puff max. There's weed etiquette here, people. That's my ratchet thought. Do you guys agree, disagree? Sophisticatedly Ratchet. My nigga Boogie, he already got a yes up. He already knows.
I mean, we already know what the schedule looking like here. I ain't got no time for these sob stories. You can give it to me, but pass it at the same time, my brother. That's 100% facts.
So, Sophisticatedly Ratchet from me and Flash, yes for Shake, and Boogie, and Mo is a no because she doesn't smoke weed. I'm sure that's why she's going to say no because she takes questions very literally.
Facts.
Is that your answer though, Mo? Is that what you?
No, I was gonna answer the question just based off an outside person who doesn't smoke, based off of what he said. So I would say yes, because if he's supplying it, then just pass it around.
Yeah, it's not yours.
I think it's extremely important to note that the L is burning as y'all speak.
That's right.
So that puff pass is important, because if you puffing and you not passing, that L is burning and it's being wasted. 100% unacceptable. Pass that shit if you ain't puffing.
All right, who else said yes?
Well, I definitely said yes, because in my opinion, you know, if I'm supplying the weed and shit, you fucking smoking on my weed is unacceptable. All right, and that's why I like smoking by myself anyway, because I don't want to have to deal with nothing like that. Real talk. So I would rather get high alone. So you know,
Shake. I'm a selfish nigga too, bro. That's why it's
That's why I said no.
It's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
I like smoking in ciphers every now and then, as far as, all right, we cool, we kicking back. But honestly, I'm a type of nigga where I'll come to a cipher and I bring my own bud and I'll be in the corner with my shit like,
smoking
mine, nigga.
Or even better, around the people that don't like to smoke. Oh, you don't like to smoke? That's cool. You don't want none? Oh, no worries. I just smoke this one by myself.
You know what really grinds my gears though? When motherfuckers want to experiment with weed with me and then smoke it wrong. Like, hey, Mash, I want to try. Yeah, let me do it.
Waste your shit.
Wait,
wasting it.
Wait, they like chuffing the shit, like trying to like suck. Oh, damn.
Because as a connoisseur, I like to think that my shit is I'm not smoking Reggie. I'm smoking some shit that's gonna make me feel a specific way. All right.
I can tell you the strain, what it does, and why it does it.
Specific reaction that we're gonna get out of this medicine that we're using. And if you wasting my shit, that grinds my gears. I got a problem.
You're wasting the effect. I roll this for a particular reason. I'm gonna smoke this for a particular reason. You're fucking up the goals right now.
And one thing I realize I do too, especially if I'm going out, I roll a weed for community. Like I roll community weed, but then I also roll like private weed, and nobody gets
community weed.
Private weed.
Just like a weed for someone to give.
Share. Yeah, I'm willing to share this one.
Like I have a selfish weed where it's like, you know, if you see me in the corner, you be like, yo, you got weed? I'll be like, nope. No.
Nah, but I mean, at the end of the day, you not being selfish because you shared with everybody. Like I gave y'all. I'm smoking this by myself. Real talk.
That's me though.
Okay.
You have that right too. I feel like that's. I don't know. I feel like that's.
Nigga,
if you got a weed to give away, you definitely should have weed to keep your damn self.
Yeah.
I said sophisticatedly ratchet because I'm a germaphobe. I would not want to share, you know, from someone else. But I do agree, like you should have some etiquette because you don't want to waste it. So I agree with that. Wasting drugs is not bad. It's not a good thing. I
just don't like being around other smokers and gotta be unobtrusive with my shit so they could not be like, yo, Mash, you smoking? Yo, Mash, you got weed? I be like,
I feel like the ideal is that when the cipher come together, everybody got their own weed. That's the dream cipher, am I right?
Sometimes niggas be lacking. Sometimes niggas be lacking. And if you know your homie smoke regularly, and you're not trying to share, you need to be unobtrusive. I
ain't gonna hold you. I'm like Mash. I mean, I'm like Flash. I'm gonna go hide in the corner and shit. Smoke my little, and go back to the party. I'm good because I only carry enough for myself.
Damn,
that's a lie. You capping right now because you supply for the gang on multiple occasions. I'm pointing at you, bro.
Be nice, right? You be nice.
I'm saying a lot of times I carry only enough for myself, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Whenever we go on vacation, I just like to put out there that we are very communal. All right. We buy enough for everyone that we know is going to be smoking on the trip. All right. If we're going out of town for a week, we coming with an ounce. We're going to roll up for the amount that we need for the day. And then we're going to share it. So we're very
Can I make a public service announcement?
Go ahead.
And this nigga Shake makes me want to say this shit because this nigga Eric, he just finds ways to irritate my life sometimes. And I remember asking the nigga one time, saying here like, you know, I came in, I didn't have no weed and shit, but we headed to the party. And I said, nigga, you got weed? You know, trying to make sure we check if the community weed is available. He's like, yeah, I got weed, man. You don't even worry about it, man. I got that. All right, cool, nigga. We get to the party, and this nigga, he's getting ready to roll up and shit. And I look over at the nigga, and I'm looking at the weed he got, and that shit was looking real
old,
pale. Real old and pale.
How long he had that shit for?
I feel like we shouldn't even ask that question. If it's
I scoot over to the nigga. I'm saying here like, yo, Shake, like, how long you had that weed? And that nigga, don't even worry, nigga, like 2 years, nigga. It's all good. It's still good, nigga. It's still good. I'm saying
that shit gonna make you blind.
Yeah, that shit was stoned.
We still work after 2 years.
Let me tell you something.
No, the fuck it don't.
Oh my god.
Let me tell you what made
It does.
Let me tell you what made it even worse. This nigga went to go roll up the weed behind a dumpster somewhere. And when the nigga reappeared with the weed rolled up, this nigga was covered in like mosquito bites. Nigga look like chicken pox. And I'm just sitting here like, I don't know if I want to smoke with this nigga.
Oh shit, I remember that shit. So this is what happened, okay? I was already high. I was already high and drunk when I got there, okay? And I decided
that's why you offered moldy weed.
No, we was at like some sort of trucker spot, right? We was at like a trucker spot, and it was like they had did the party in like this yard,
like a lot.
A lot, and they must have put like the barriers for the bugs around and shit, because the bugs wasn't nowhere in the party, but they was like right outside. So I decided I'm gonna go over there. While I was rolling, after I rolled the weed, I decided I was gonna go over there stretching shit. And I was like, damn, there's a lot of flies over here and shit. But I was like, man, I was like, watch them move as I walk through them. Watch them.
You was high, nigga, for sure.
Because your ass was high as a damn kite.
Watch them move. So I decided, I went over there and I stretched. And then I went back to the party and shit. I realized these motherfuckers was biting the shit out of me. I had fucking bites everywhere. I was so
they was feasting,
disheartened by that shit. Like I didn't even want to be at the party anymore. I was so done with the party. I was like, yo, Flash, I want to go home.
All right. You complete? Are you complete? Yes. That's hilarious.
I'm complete.
Was that 2-year-old weed good though? That is one question I just want to answer. Was that weed good?
Flash?
Bro.
Ask him where he preserved it. Ask him where he preserved this shit for 2 years.
Where,
bro?
Where was it preserved at? Where you kept it? Mash, you tell the story.
In a bag. How you keep weed in a bag for 2 years?
It gotta be in glass.
Wait, was it ziplocked? Was it ziplocked?
Yeah, pull that shit out in some tissue.
What's the proper way to preserve it?
That's a possibility too.
I mean, glass, like airtight.
You need to preserve your marijuana in a glass jar, preferably in a cool area, so it doesn't rot. Everything rots, especially when you pull it from the plant, right?
Yeah.
So it starts to deteriorate. Another reason, I mean, this is just for all those who don't know, you shouldn't put marijuana inside of plastic bags because the terpenes from the marijuana get they what's the word? They
adhere to it.
No, not they adhere it.
Absorb,
it absorbs into the plastic. Nice. It absorbs into the plastic, and then it becomes less potent. The longer you keep it in plastic Ziploc bags, the less potent that happens. Yeah. So that's why you keep it in glass jars, so that the terpenes won't be released into the surface that is surrounded in. So to have weed inside that shit for 2 years, my nigga, that is like unacceptable, bro.
The plastic is pretty much the weed. You think about it.
That shit was OG Kush, bro. Mash wasn't there. You weren't there.
No, the plastic was.
OG Kush.
You did, nigga.
I don't remember smoking that.
OG Kush. It was good shit, though. All right. It was good when I got it.
Let's end it with this last question, because we've been wanting to see this question for forever. What drug would you try if you could try a drug? If it's like, and I've heard stories, you know, people, they take a drug and it was their first time and they OD. So you are not going to OD. What drug would you try if you're going to be safe after and everything?
I want to try shrooms.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I would try. Oh, sorry, Mash.
Why?
I just want to try hallucinating. I want to try shrooms.
A psychedelic.
Yes, a psychedelic. And because of a podcast that I watched with Joe Rogan, and this dude was talking about psychedelics. His name is Michael Pollan, and he talked about how psychedelics can alter your perception. And altering your perception is really profound when you think about how your eyes perceive the world, right? Yes. So I'm 6'2", right? When I look at a doorknob, I see it from a perspective or angle of a 6'2" nigga. But when you on shrooms, your perspective of what that doorknob looks like, it changes completely. And I'm excited to see what
the doorknob. Can we do shrooms together?
I'm all for it. I'm just gonna throw it out there right now. I'm all for it.
I'm down for it. I'm down for it too.
Yeah, I agree. I'd have to join that party too.
Who's next? Who's next?
Yeah, that's gonna be a terrible episode.
You next.
I think I would. I don't even know what it is. I think I would want to try like Molly or ecstasy.
I knew you was gonna say Molly. I know my best friend. Why? Why Molly?
Because she's from the Bronx. But anyway.
No. I hear people talk about Papa Molly.
Mo, you taking it for sexually pleasing purposes or just because you want to feel like the drug effects?
I want to feel the drug effects. Actually, I want to see what that feels.
So no sex, off of ecstasy.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, of course that too. But I actually want to feel what it feels like.
Ecstasy drug to make you
makes you feel. They kind of make you feel like that. At least from my understanding, ecstasy is making you feel like good and shit. So.
But wait, ecstasy and Molly are two different things, though.
Yes, that's why I said I want to try ecstasy or Molly.
Okay.
What's the official name for Molly?
I don't know.
I know it's a mixture. Molly's a mixture.
Okay.
Wait, go ahead.
I always
hold
thought
on,
Molly had ecstasy in it. That's what
It's a
I
mixture.
thought the two were
Yeah.
synonyms.
I'm
I'm gonna
keep
tell you what it
100%.
is. I'll tell you what it is.
All right, who's
But y'all can
next?
continue.
I'll go
I'll
next.
probably say I think I want to actually try microdosing on shrooms. If it's not shrooms, it's ecstasy. But if I do ecstasy, it's only for sex. Like I want a chick to like touch my belly button and not come in like under 5 seconds. I think that's a dream of mine. I don't even know why.
Nigga, you gonna do it to yourself. You just gonna be there like, I once seen this dude who was strung out on ecstasy at a spot that our friend had took us to. You know what I'm saying? She had took us to like this techno club, and there was this Asian kid in the middle, and he was just like, and I was like, yeah, he's high or something.
So
I don't want to do that.
Molly is ecstasy, by the way.
I don't want to do it in front of a bunch of people.
Contain other drugs. Yeah.
Yep.
Got you. I'm glad I wasn't tripping on that. I did want to say I've watched Narcos, and I've actually spoken with someone who actually had pretty much had family and that was in that field and pretty much talked about cocaine use and what it is. It's like a simulated orgasm in terms of the feeling that it has. Mm-hmm. So I've never thought about cocaine, but after watching Narcos and just the excitement around it and just that conversation with him combined with it, that's something I kind of was tempted to do, to kind of see, not even kind of see, but to compare it with getting high with weed to see what the difference is and which would be better.
Yeah, but I told my mom that I wanted to try coke one day, and she almost cried. She was like, "Please, man."
I could never say that to my mom.
I would never say that to my mom.
She was like, "Please." She was like, "Our family has an addictive personality.
Exactly.
Please do not try coke."
And it's like I would expect that type of response from a mother. She's like, "Oh." I appreciate your honesty, though. That's crazy. I could never say that to my mom.
I'm never trying heroin. I'll never try heroin.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, heroin and like meth, those two I look at as completely different, where I would not be tempted to kind of touch those at all. Coke, for some reason, like just understanding it from people I've spoken to, I'd be more comfortable with that.
I feel like once you got syringes involved with your drug,
that's
not really attractive. I'd rather prefer to smoke it.
I don't want to
extra. But I'm gonna be honest. I think I
that
got
sharp
to
pointy
a point,
thing is not helpful.
I feel like I got to a point where I was hanging around people who kind of use coke and stuff on a regular basis, and it didn't seem as wild as I thought. Because sometimes I think I associate doing coke with like just like you going to like party person,
right? Exactly.
Yeah, but it was actually they were just as chill as anybody else and shit, and I seen them drive and do shit just as anybody would. And,
y'all seen Flight, the Denzel shit?
Nigga, I was watching it the other day.
Yo, same, man. Same.
Because they have it in Netflix. It's like at the top.
Talk about the scene real quick, and we'll end it with that.
So Flight is about a pilot who was a drug addict. He used to do coke. He used to drink,
I seen that one.
He was flying a plane, and the plane went down, and he saved everybody on the plane. But the movie isn't about that. The movie is about
6 people died.
Right, 6 people died on the plane. He saved like 100 people. Right,
yeah,
but the movie is about his journey through drug abuse. But it's a good fucking movie. Y'all can definitely check out Flight.
Yeah, I remember him in there.
Denzel always.
I think I saw
it. He cleared out the entire minibar in the hotel.
Wasn't it like a flight attendant or something on like
very? There was a pilot.
There was a flight.
I know he was a pilot, but it was a flight attendant who was also using or something.
But they were drinking together.
But she had
so there's more to the story.
She had died during the flight, and they was asking who drank the liquor on board. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. Yes.
And that I feel like that was his breaking point.
No spoilers.
Motherfuckers, the movie's 10 years old. You can't spoil it. Like, if you ain't seen it,
that's
your problem.
Denzel.
Yo, an interesting fact I found out about pilots recently? They're allowed to sleep behind the cockpit while the fucking plane is in the
autopilot. It goes on autopilot.
I never knew.
Is that advisable? Like I didn't know that, and I wish I didn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, when I think about it, it's for safety reasons though. They don't want tired people behind the wheels or
but
whatever.
Then that's why there's usually two of them. There's usually two of them. And if you haven't been on a long flight, going to Asia is a long flight, like Thailand, Japan, China. Australia.
I'm definitely thinking about just local flights between the U.S. and all that. That makes sense.
That was a flex. That was a flex for sure. We see you, my nigga. That was a flex.
I'll do that.
All right. Real quick before we end, my drug of choice that I want to try is cocaine. Okay, and I want to do it in Colombia. I realize I need to go to Colombia. So guys, if we ever take a trip to Colombia, know this: I will be doing cocaine. Just to let you know. Okay?
Why? Because of the narco?
No, because I feel like if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it big, and I want to do it pure.
You want the purebred.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When you said Colombia, I was like, you're gonna get that pure
Exactly.
cocaine. You're gonna get that
Cocaína.
We could go to Colombia, but I can't tell my mom. We could go to
Why
Colombia,
you
but I
can't
can't
tell
tell my
your
mom.
Tell your mom you going to Cancun. You get it?
Yeah.
And by the way, she listens to the podcast too.
Oh, she's all done. She's all done. She heard this episode.
She's like, you traveling with Shake? Where y'all going?
Yep. Colombia,
right.
nah.
Tribe, that was the ending of our episode. I hope you listened with your favorite party favor, and I hope you're feeling as lit that I feel.
About to feel.
Well, I feel it right now. My
nice.
tongue is tingling. You can find us everywhere you hear podcasts.
Wait, TJ, read the bottom.
Wait, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read it. I was gonna read it.
Oh, come
on.
on.
Right. So guys, in all fairness and of course this episode was fun, but in all reality and seriousness, if you or a loved one are struggling with substance use or addiction, contact the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration National Helpline at 1-800-662-4357. The info will be also in our show notes. So just, make sure we still have these for anybody that's struggling with addiction.
Yeah,
okay.
It's all fun and games.
Disclaimer: all fun and gums. Yeah. All fun and games.
Be responsible.
All fun and games.
It's all fun and gums.
Something about the gums rubbing, the freaking cocaine rubbing on the gums. Sorry, guys. All fun and games, but it's still serious.
Drug responsibly.
Yes, for sure.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Drug responsibly.
I like that.
I'm going.
Go ahead with the word of the week, Mo.
Yes, the word of the week. So he came in the last minute, and I'm gonna post it, and it mashes our winner.
You motherfucking right.
Shake had one, Mash had two, Mash had one, and Boogie had one. So
the word of the week award goes to
word of the week
you guys. Drip, drip.
Drip, drip.
Where's the waterfall sound, Flash? We got to get a water or drip or pipe or something for him.
Well, we each need our own sound, Flash. Get it together.
Yes.
Hey, drop the bomb on him again. Get it, Mash. All right. Try. Thank you for listening to another amazing, funny. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You can find us everywhere you hear podcasts. We drop new episodes every Wednesday. On the first Wednesday of every new month, we go live. You get to connect with us. We get to hear your thoughts. You get to hear our thoughts. We love playing games with you. We play Ratchet Feud, and that's on YouTube. You can find us on YouTube where you can see our visuals at So Ratchet, one word, space, podcast. And connect with us on social media. Follow us on IG. We're So Ratchet Podcast. And we're also on TikTok at So Ratchet Podcast. We're on Twitter at So Ratchet Pod. And I'm high, so I'm about to just stop right here. I hope you like this episode. Turn up, share this with a friend, and share your party bags, okay? Drop my bomb a little louder for me, though.
Yeah, turn on like
Thank you for listening.
Later, y'all.
Peace out.